Hello everyone. So for this video, I'm going to discuss target marketing. Here, you will know what target marketing is and most importantly, the different stages on target marketing. So let's start with the definition of target marketing. So when we say target marketing, it is the process of identifying and focusing on a specific group of potential customers who are most likely to buy a product or service. So we're all aware that a business cannot accommodate or they cannot sell all types of customers. Even large businesses like corporations, they cannot accommodate or cater to the needs of everyone. So that's why it is very important for businesses to determine their target market in order for them to maximize their resources and efforts. So when you say maximize, it's um, it's using all available resources as effectively as possible and to achieve their goal, which is to have a great number of outputs or quality outputs and least or minimal wastage. So that's maximize or yes, maximization of company resources. Parang kung naaton, waray makakarat yan. Magagamit maupay ang mga materials and other resources to their intended use. Now, for the stages in target marketing, we have this model, the STP model of marketing. And what are this model? So STP is an acronym for S, segmentation, T, targeting, and P, positioning. So again, these three are the stages in target marketing. So when I say stages, so you cannot proceed to, for example, you cannot proceed to the second stage without uh, conducting or doing first the first stage. Okay, so yan ang pagkasunod-sunod class, the STP of the STP model of marketing. So let's start with the first marketing or stage in target marketing, which is market segmentation. So now, anong napapansin niyo sa picture? Okay, that's correct. So, as you can see in the picture, the consumers or customers are divided into different groups. Okay, distinct groups, which each group has or share specific characteristic or interest. Again, here in market segmentation, dini-divide yung mga target customers. Like I said kanina, hindi kaya ni business ma-accommodate lahat ng customers. So, para makapili yung business, kung sino ba talaga yung group of consumers na titindahan nila, so they will do market segmentation first, which is i-divide lahat ng consumer into groups, which again, each group, they share specific characteristics. Diba? Balik-balik na ako. Okay. So that's the definition of market segmentation. Now, how to divide the consumer groups? So we can use this four variables or segmentation variables, which include demographic, geographic, psychographic, behavioral. So ano to? Apat na to, which are the basis on market segmentation. So let's start with demographic variables class. So when I say demographic variables, these are the basic statistical characteristic of consumers. Again, take note, that's your clue. Basic statistical characteristic, which includes, of course, the age, the gender, the income, the religion, and nationality of the target customers or yes, target customers. But hindi lamang hindi lang limited yung demographic variable sa five na to. Meron pang iba, but for our discussion, I will only use this or include this five. So I know that you know what age is. So here we have two. we have two types of consumers or target customers. So if your target customer class are the infants, yung mga babies, of course, we all know what are the needs or wants, but let's go to the needs. Needs of infants, di ba? So as you can see in the picture, meron dyan yung mga, um, yan, yung mga damit, clothes, or even, di ba, diapers, um, yung bottle nila for their milk. So those are the needs of your, I mean, of the infants. So if your target customer, you have decided to choose infants or babies, then magkakaroon ka na ng idea, di ba, kung ano yung ititinda based on the needs of this specific segment. Now, for our adults, yan, yung mga matatanda na, so they have, di ba, they have different needs compared to the infants. So if this are your, your target customers, yung mga adults natin, then maybe you can consider selling, like for example, the insurance, selling insurance, kasi yan na, yan na naman yung yung needs ng mga matatanda, especially yung middle ages. They're preparing for this specific life cycle, yes, life cycle stage, di ba? So that is an example for age. Now for gender. So if you're planning to sell deodorants, so we have here two types. For the first picture, the Nivea deodorant, we all know that this is for female, yung mga girls natin. And for the Dove men, yan, may name na, it's written on the packaging, Dove men. So for boys naman tong deodorant na to. Next is income. So for the first picture, yan, yung mga average lang yung income or budget, they are budgeting their expenses. So if that is your target market, yan, yung mga nagtitipid or yung may maliit lang na income, then you can, and you are planning to to sell food, then you can resort to having karinderya. Kasi yan yung afford ng target market mo. While if you're planning to sell to those high income earners, okay, so yun pa rin yung concept mo, you're going to sell food, and you can build a five-star restaurant. Yan. Yan yung mga tawag yun, fine dining. So, for this example, there are two types of income earners. Next is the religion. So, we all know that each religion may iba-iba silang beliefs. So, for Muslims, if that is your target customer, yung mga Muslim natin, then do not sell products na may pork ingredient. Kasi, di ba, bawal sila ng pork. While, if we're selling, sabihin natin yung mga um, na Christians or yung mga Roman Catholics. Kasi mahilig tayo sa fiesta. And one of the food na hinahanap natin during fiesta are pork or lechon. You sell lechon. O marami kayong baboy. And lastly, for nationality. The same with the other variables. Yan, we have different nationalities. So we all know that if you're if you are from and mga Western countries like America. So, if your target market are Americans, then we know kung ano yung mga kinakain nila, di ba? So, they are more on fast food like burgers, fries. While if your target customers are the Filipinos, then we all know what our staple food is, di ba? Rice. So, those are the demographic variables, guys. Again, when we say demographic variable, it is based on the statistical data or information of your target customers. Now, let's proceed to geographic variables. So when we say geographic variables, it pertains to the characteristics and attributes of a particular location of your target customers. So again, it pertains to the location of your customers. So it could be both physical and human, such as, so we have here the physical characteristic or natural characteristic, which is climate, and human characteristic, the heaven is the population. So climate. So, di ba may iba-ibang climate uh, to uh, different of the different countries. So, kung for example, you are selling in a country na may winter season, yan, or may winter, then you can sell, of course, mga makakapal na jacket because that is their need. That is their need to survive on that specific location. Now, if you're selling, and nagkataon that it is summertime, so if you don't have an idea, then you can sell yan, yung mga needed items natin during summer. Like maninipis na clothing or mga drinks na malalamig. Because, like I said, those are the needs of during summer season. Next is the heavenly subpopulation. So here on the first picture, marami yung population. I think this is China. So if we're selling sa China, then pwede mong parang this variable, it talks about the or focuses on the volume of your production. So ilan ba yung i-produce natin? So kung gusto mo maramihan na production, then you sell to a location na maraming population. Or kung gusto mo naman, you are saving or budgeted lang yung resources mo for the production, then you can sell to those places na hindi marami yung population. Okay? Para diba, walang masasayang na products. So those are the geographic variables, yes. Again, it talks about the characteristics or the features of the location of your target customers. Now, for psychographic variables, it pertains to psychological traits of consumers, such as lifestyle, personality, opinions, and beliefs. Lifestyle. So we have different types of lifestyle. So for the first picture, yan yun, these products, the vegan products, are for those consumers na may healthy lifestyle. Yan. So kung yun yung target customer mo, then of course, sell based on their needs, which are healthy products. Now, if you are selling to those people with urban lifestyle, di ba, dito sa city, especially if we are working, yan, we have limited time lang. So, in order for us to still get our needs, especially food, so we resort to instant food. So again, if you are planning to sell to those people na may limited time lang or having urban lifestyle, then you can sell instant products. Now for personality. So if you're planning to sell dun sa mga taong extrovert, yan yung mga energetic talaga, hindi nauubusan ng energy, then yan, you can build a nightclub. Yan. Di ba mga extroverts usually, gusto nila yung mga loud, yan, yung mga noisy. Kasi madali silang ma-bored if hindi sila na, um, if yung surrounding medyo tahimik. While, if your target customers are the introverts, which is the opposite, yung gusto nila, yung mga solitude, tahimik lang, then you sell books kasi most of the introverts, yan, they love to read books. Okay. Now, for the last psychographic variables, we have the opinions and beliefs. So first image is the security camera. there's CCTV. Now, we all know that it's one of the opinions or beliefs of businesses to have, I mean, tawag yan, to maintain the security, to maintain the safety of their locations. So that's why, yeah. So if your target customers again has a kind of belief, then you sell those products na makakasuffice, yan, makakapagbigay ng needs nila. Okay. For example, nagsisell, nandyan ka sa location where tawag yan, marami mga victims, mga nananakawan, like that. Yan. Then, you can sell, you can sell CCTV kasi that's one of the opinion of, that's one of our opinions, diba? The use of CCTV is to um, catch those criminals, mga magnanakaw, in our example. Another belief is, diba, during New Year, that is one of our tradition na to buy or dapat sa mesa natin before, ano ba yun? Noche Buena. I forgot kung ano yung sa New Year. Basta, it's one of our tradition na meron dapat 12 circle fruits. Pero ngayon na 13 na. So, if that's your belief, or if that is the belief of your target customers, then you sell fruits. Magbebenta talaga yan. Okay, so we're done with the psychographic variables. Again, it talks about, or it refers to the psychological traits of your customers. Now, behavioral variables, the last uh, basis of market segmentation. So when I say behavioristic, that could be they are the same, behavioristic or behavioral variables. These are based on the product usage of consumers and their attitudes toward the brand, such as loyalty, usage of a product during occasions, and benefits. So let's start with loyalty. So I think on this generation, or kahit hindi part ng generation na to, um, tawag niya, marami yung may hilig or they want this products or this brand for their gadgets, di ba? Apple. Yeah, but loyal sila with this product. So that's why the Apple company, they are keep on improving their products in order not to lose that loyalty, that customer's loyalty. Okay. Now that if you are a startup business, you want to sell this current generation, then we all know that this generation are loyal to technological advancements or gadgets, then we sell gadget. Next is the usage of a product during occasions. So I have here flowers. So alam natin kung kailan lang bumibili yung mga tao ng flowers. Kung hindi Valentine's Day, it could be undas or araw ng mga patay, diba? So, yan, seasonal lang yung pagbili ng flowers. So, if you are planning to, ay sorry, if you are planning to sell flowers, then doon ka lang mag-sell kung kailan needed ng mga tao yung flowers. Now, for lechon, yan, we also know, kanina na gawa ko na siyang example that every fiesta or pwede, mga celebrations, bida talaga yung lechon sa table natin. So, di ka lang din magtinda ng lechon. Parang hindi naman everyday bumibili ng lechon yung mga tao. Now, for the last one is benefit sought. When you say benefit sought, it pertains to the perceived value of uh, the brand to a perceived value of the customers to the brand. So ano ba yung ini-expect yan? Ano ba yung ini-expect na benefits ni customers na makukuha niya from the product? So that's benefits. So, for example, so, toothpaste. So that's one of our benefits uh, that we are expecting for toothpaste, diba? To make our teeth more white, or whiter. Then for shampoo, and that's one of our expectation, diba? When we are buying shampoo to make our hair glossy. And those are the behavioral variables, yes, or behavioristic variable. Again, they are the same. Now, we're done with market segmentation. So after identifying what market segment um, you are planning to sell or you're planning to cater with, then it's the time that you're going to select na. Uh, ayun na. So, kung I mean, nakategorize mo na yung mga consumers under market segmentation, so the next stage or the next step is to choose na pala. To choose or to select who are your target markets na, final target markets. And that stage refers to market targeting. Again, when we say market targeting, it refers to the process of actual selection of the target markets. Pipili ka na. Kasi, palit-ulit na lang, pero gaya ng sabi ko, hindi lahat ng customers kaya ma-cater or kaya ma-accommodate ng mga businesses. Now, for market targeting strategies, we have three. The undifferentiated, differentiated, and concentrated. Now, for undifferentiated marketing, or also referred to or called as mass marketing, here the companies tend to sell products with highly generalized features. When we say highly generalized features, lahat ng consumers pwedeng makagamit ng product na to. Okay? So, walang pinofocusan, walang tinatarget na specific segment. Lahat. For example, Colgate or toothpaste, di ba? Toothpaste can be used by all of us, from kids to adults. Pwedeng gumamit ng toothpaste. So that is undifferentiated marketing class. Again, walang pinipiling segment. Lahat, lahat gusto i-cater. So this can be used by large companies. Yan. Or even not large companies, like food. Kung nagtitinda ka naman ng food, di ba? Almost halos lahat ng pagkain for everyone. Next is differentiated marketing. So when we say differentiated marketing, it's referred to as, it's also referred to as segment marketing, also called as segment marketing. So here, the company caters the needs of a particular segment. So ito yung nag-follow talaga no market segmentation. Or I mean, hindi naman. It, tawag niya. Here on the differentiated marketing class, you are grouping, yan. You are grouping your products, your customers, and for each customers or segment, yan, segment, you are planning to sell them a product that will fit to their needs or that will give their needs. Ano ba? A good example of this one, differentiated marketing, is yan, yung mga conditioner or shampoo. So, diba, for this one, like, this cream's a conditioner. Though all of them, they are all conditioners, but they cater to a specific segment. Like for example, mayroong cream silk yung pink na for straight hair. So if that is your need, gusto mo magkameron ng straight na buhok, then you use the pink cream silk. So if you want naman, ano pa ba? Yan, damage control, you can use the blue cream silk. So again, here on differentiated marketing, you are selling to different segments. It could be two, or more segments. And each segment, diba, as we discussed kanina, they share specific characteristics. Okay? Now, for concentrated marketing, the last market targeting strategy, which is also referred to as niche marketing, it tailors its products or services to only one specific segment, or what we call niche. Here, for concentrated, kung sa differentiated, two or more segments pa. Here, ang concentrated, one segment na lang talaga yung bebentahan ni business. A good example of this one is Rolex. So, Rolex or mga luxury products, yan, mga luxury products class, they are using concentrated because they are selling their products, di ba, to a one segment, specific segment, which is yung mga mayayaman. Kasi sila lang naman yung makaka-afford to buy these products, right? Yung mga rich people natin. So those are the market targeting strategies. Again, undifferentiated, differentiated, and concentrated. For the undifferentiated, for all. Differentiated for two or more segments. For concentrated, one segment only. Now, let's have the last stage on target marketing, which is market positioning. So when we say market positioning, it's the process of promoting the brand na. So if you already know your target customer from market targeting, di ba? Then you promote na your product. So how to promote the product? We have 5 promoting our market positioning strategies. So feature space, use base, user base, hidden competitive, and lifestyle positioning. The first one is the features-based positioning. So here, it is based, or the positioning strategy is based on product features. For example, the sticky pads. So, paano nila promote to? Yeah, promote it like saying or stating its characteristic na madikit eh. Ay, mapilit. Yan mo ng sticky pads, diba? Super glue yung ginamit. Features, the characteristics of the brand. So if yan yung focus ng advertisements, yan yung or other promotional strategy, then that advertisement uses feature space. Next, use base. So from the name of the strategy, it refers to or focuses on the possible uses of products. For example, yung Magic Sarap. So, di ba, I think lahat tayo nakapanood na ng ads ng Magic Sarap. So, meron silang pinapakita na iba-ibang usage ng Magic Sarap or ng product. Di ba? It could be for egg, omelette, or fish, and another menu. So that's use-based. Basta yung focus or highlight ng ads or ng other promotional strategy are the possible uses of the product. Now for user-based, sino yung gagamit? Yan yung highlight. Ay papakita sa ads or and other promotional strategies kung sino yung type of consumer na ma-benefit, that will benefit from the product. For example, this one, the Guard. So sino yung makaka-benefit sa Guard shampoo? Of course, yung mga Bay. Yung mga katulad ni Alden. Katulad ni Alden. Yung mga gwapo na tulad ni Alden. Next is the head-on competitive positioning. So take note of this one. For head-on competitive positioning, it is used by businesses who wants to directly compare their product with their competitors. Yan, they want to highlight kung yung mga attributes or characteristics ng brand nila or product nila na superior sa competitor. Like, example, Pride. So, ayon sa research, sa Metro Manila, 80% ang mga business mas gusto ang bango ng Pride with Fabcon. Diba? Kino-compare ni Pride yung brand niya from the other brand of soap. Mga panlaba. 80% now mas gusto yung Pride. So that's head-on competitive. Again, hina-highlight ng promotional strategy yung superiority ng isang brand to its competitors. And this is the last market positioning strategy, the lifestyle positioning. Here, it highlights the cultural practices or values of their target markets. For example, I think you have watched this promotion, yung hapagkainan, yan, Lucky Me. Pinapakita nila yung tradition natin that sama-samang kumakain sa dinner or other meals. That's lifestyle position. And those are the stages of marketing. Again, we have market segmentation, market targeting, and market positioning. And that ends my discussion. So I hope you watch this video. Watch this video, and if you have questions or concerns regarding with this discussion, you can tell me. Okay, so that's all for today. Goodbye, everyone.